Oh boy, I tell you what, I got you a tier list today that will probably make some of my dearest friends upset with me, but it's okay. Maybe the YouTube comments will agree with me. Classic rock tier list, man, those comments were all over the place. Some people agreed with me, and you know what? For anybody who's coming in from that one, I've listened to a lot of Rush since then. That was the number one comment, MCY. Listen to Rush, and I was like, let me give it a shot. So I put a Rush on my Spotify. I was mistaken. I apologize. There was many songs that came on. I was like, oh, I know this one. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is Rush. I made a mistake. I apologize. Rush, I promote you to a better tier. Don't know which one. Today, we are rating Zelda characters, specifically the girls, the wonderful ladies of the Legend of Zelda. This tier list has been made beautifully by... Is there like a name? Can you give a name to who made it? It's my Boyson! Oh, can you believe it? I know my Boyson, a Zeldathon community member. I actually could not believe it until this very moment. Well, thank you, my Boyson, an actual Zeldathon community member. And they made a beautiful format. Look at this here. Look at this. Names on the portraits. Everybody who makes tier list should inspire to be like this. Today's tiers are absolutely magical. The highest tier. Great, good, not good, bad, and goodbye. For those characters that I just have no care for. For the most part, most of the characters, I did a little preview to look around here. They're pretty dang good. So even if I put a character into goodbye, that doesn't mean that they are truly goodbye for everyone, just for me at this exact moment when compared to the rest of them. Let's start off right out of the gate with A Link Between Worlds Zelda. A Link Between Worlds Zelda only was featured in one game, but her design was then put into Smash Ultimate. Now, this design, man, it's one of the best designs for Princess Zelda. I think that anybody who looks at it and sees her in Smash should know she's beautiful. Everybody loves A Link Between Worlds Zelda. Her character in the game is weak. There's not a lot to go on. I'm going to put her into great, not because I'd put her in good based on purely her story, but her actual design, fantastic. So it goes into great. A Link to the Past is almost the same thing, just a little bit weaker, a little bit early in the world. I'm going to put her into good. No real reason other than her design is a little not as good, very similar, but she also has an even weaker character in Link to the Past. Anyways, let's talk about Anju. Anju, of course, is the character in Majora's Mask who wishes to marry Cafe. She's very sad. She works at the Stockpot Inn, and I don't think that I'd put her into absolutely magical or even great. I think she's a very good character, and if you've played Majora's Mask, you know she's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But comparatively, like, we have some powerful characters coming up. I'm going to keep her in good for now. Maybe we'll reconsider and bump her up to great. Next up is Ashe. Ashe is a character from Twilight Princess that helps Link on his journey. She really doesn't do much. She's there with the rest of the Resistance Force and Telma's Bar, and her actual character doesn't get really much development. You see her as you talk to her once on your way to Snow Peak. She doesn't really give you much. I'm not going to put her into bad. I am going to put her into not good. She's fine. Her design's pretty sick. She looks like she could beat me up. Most of these characters probably could beat me up. I'm very weak. Anyways, here's Astrid. Astrid is the fortune teller from Phantom Hourglass. She's all right. I'm going to also put her into, I'm going to change not good to not as good, because I think that both Ashe and Astrid are not as good, but very straddling line. I'm going to put them here. I think that makes me happy. And now we hit a very controversial one. Breath of the Wild Zelda. Many people have criticized her character, said that she's whiny, said that she's annoying even. People are polarized about her voice acting, and while I admit it's a little bit weak, Patricia Somerset, who did the English voice, it was a kind of a weak performance in the main game, but in the DLC she knocked it out of the park, in my opinion. Some people are kind of iffy on the British accent, but of course people have also listened to many of the other dubs, including the original Japanese dub, and found her fantastic in it. I find her character amazing. And that's one of the more controversial opinions that I have, is that Breath of the Wild Zelda is probably one of my top 3 Zeldas overall. She has a lot of struggle. She has an actual character arc in this game of growth and relationships with other characters like her father, who's competitive against her, and what she wants to be, how she wants to be, and debating her legacy as a Princess Zelda. And I think she's absolutely magical. I have no reservations about putting her up there for 1 second. Next up is Captain N Zelda, who I have to admit, I do not know her, but if she's anything like Cartoon Zelda, who I'm going to put immediately into great, because she doesn't take any crap. She kicks Link's butt, she kicks Ganon's butt, she could kick my butt. She goes here. But Captain N Zelda, I don't know her. But based on her design, which is very similar to the cartoon, I'm going to put her in good and hope that she is good. Maybe I'm wrong. Sia is a character from Hyrule Warriors. Does that mean Lana's in here too? Yeah, let's bring Lana up. These two characters deserve to be rated together because Lana and Sia were once one being. They were tasked with guarding the Triforce from evil. However, this character lusted for Link. I couldn't relate for one moment. But either way, their lust for Link eventually pulled them apart into two people. Sia, who wanted power and strength, and Lana, who wanted to continue to protect the Triforce and do good. And basically a good and evil type thing going on. Sia is very pronounced in her hatred for everything except for Link and power. She even kind of shows up Ganon at one point. I'm going to put Sia into good. I have some problems with how her character came about, her non-canonical status, and I'm going to put her into good. Lana, not as good. I don't think she's bad, but she's not as good as Sia. Like, she kind of is, forgive me for all the Lana fans out there. She's kind of generic. Her whole thing is, let's do it together. And she wields the Triforce of power from one point. Wow. Amazing. Next up is Sela, the character from Phantom Hourglass, who's your fairy companion, and in fact, one of the almighty spirits that you have to save. As far as fairy companions go, she has some depth. She has some character growth and story elements. And I think she's good. Great. I like that they made a fairy with an actual character. Yeah. Crevier. Crevier is the very small, younger sister of... Where is she? Hello? Where are you? Romani. Or in alphabetical order. Romani's not here at the moment. Please leave a message after the beep. That's fine. Crevier is the younger daughter of Romani. She's a ranch girl in Majora's Mask. Her job is to defeat the aliens and save her cows. She gets abducted if you fail. She gets abducted by aliens. She gets dropped back off a day later, and she is in a total state. One of the craziest cutscenes in all of Zelda. If you've never seen what happens if you fail the alien fighting minigame in Majora's Mask, go watch it. You can watch Crevier get sucked up into an alien spaceship. What the heck, dude? As a character, she is a farm girl, and that's about it. Here is Din. Now, where's Nehru? Can we summon Nehru to the table, please? We're gonna talk about I'm gonna refer to them as the oracles because as the goddesses, they do not have character really. If they were the goddesses, I'd have to put them in absolutely magical just on base fact that they created the entire universe. But as characters, Din is a dancer, Nehru is a musician with a troupe, and Farore, she is the Oracle of Secrets. Din is sassy a little bit. She's provocative. She danced with Link. She says, "Release your inhibitions. Dance with me." Nehru, she sings to animals. Singing to animals, great. In fact, Nehru has a lot of development in her character. Din is good, very good. I wouldn't say great because Nehru sings to animals and has an entire character arc where she is possessed by an evil demon. So she stays there. Farore. She is kind of thrust into the game just to be a conduit for entering like serial numbers to get items. Goodbye. I'm actually seeing now that the bad and goodbye tier might not have a lot. So at the end, we might do a merger. We'll find out. Fi as an assistant. Fi as a reminder system. Terrible. Very annoying. Like, she is designed to help out let's be honest, the 12-year-olds. The 12-year-olds who are just getting to Zelda, who need to be taught every last thing. As me, as a 26-year-old stupid idiot who still plays Zelda, I do not need Fi's assistance. However, Fi's role in the story is outstanding. She gives one of the most emotional goodbye speeches in the entire series. She makes you feel, despite being just an AI. And Fi made Skyward Sword feel more full. Fi, I want to put you into absolutely magical. And it's my tier list. And I will. Face is evil, Wand of Gamelon Zelda. While she's not canonical, she's a little goofy. She does actually get her hands in the action and is the star of the entire game. I'm going to put her into good for that exclusively. She gets her hands dirty and she destroys. Now, this is a little bit inaccurate. Four Swords Adventures Zelda is actually two different Zeldas. But for the sake of it, I will judge them very similarly. I'm going to admit to you, neither of them do really much. Her design, fantastic. Look at this. That's a Zelda design unlike any other. But unfortunately, I can't do much with that. It'll go into bad. Here is the Great Fairy. Now, on principle, absolutely magical, right? She is magical. She's the Great Fairy. She does struggle a little bit because she doesn't really have character. She just serves as an upgrade system. Her design is bizarre and outlandish and memorable. I believe the Great Fairy belongs in good. Hold on. I gotta put her here so it's next to good. Here's Healing Lady from Zelda 2. No character, but she does heal you. Not as good. There we go. Henna. She is the fishing instructor who takes you out on her boat in the middle of Twilight Princess. What can you say about Henna? She does fish. She lets you play some roll goal. Don't got much more for her. Not as good. Hilda. Hilda is amazing. Hilda is everything that a character from Zelda should be. We don't know her true intentions until the end of the game. She is wonderfully designed as like a otherworld type of Zelda character. She is a princess who fights for her country and has to learn the power of accepting her own mistakes. I think she's a fantastic character. I think she's implemented perfectly in A Link Between Worlds. Absolutely magical. Hyrule Warriors Impa does not do a lot story-wise. Is Skyward Sword Impa present? He sure is. Skyward Sword Impa. And was there another Impa? Ocarina of Time Impa. Ocarina of Time. Let's go to I for Impa. Okay. The Impas, real quick. Here's what I gotta say about Impa. Impa is one of my favorite characters of all time, bar none. I love Impa as a character. She is what I've always considered the fourth main character of The Legend of Zelda. You have Link, you have Zelda, you have Ganon, and then you know who was the only other named character from the original Zelda 1? Impa. She helped Link get ready for his journey in Zelda 1. Impa's been always present and a very important part of the series to me. Hyrule Warriors Impa. She's powerful. Love her design. but it's just a kind of a revamp of Skyward Sword Impa. Hyrule Warriors Impa, great. Skyward Sword Impa, the most integral part of the story, destroys everything, even above Fi, even above Breath of the Wild Zelda. I'm going to put her in position 1 here just because I love Skyward Sword Impa so much. Normal Impa from Ocarina of Time, she kind of screws it a little bit. She kind of doesn't really teach Zelda not to walk and unlock the Secret Realm. So, she's good though. Hyrule Warriors Zelda, again, suffers a very similar problem to Hyrule Warriors Impa, where she doesn't really do much, but her design is pretty excellent. She has like a battle dress. I mean, already, we're already on good. And I think that's where she's going to stay. Here's Illya. I don't like her. I have a friend named Illya. Not spelled like this, it's with it's with a Y. But this Illya, she serves as like a good friend for Link and possible romantic partner, however you determine it. She loses her memory. She's an integral part of the story, but she never made me, like, even when I played the game for the first time, I never felt like so attached to her. Like another character like Fi. I felt more passion for Fi, who is a robot AI and a sword, than I did for Illya, who is a, you know, very well written. I'm going to put her not as good. I don't think she's bad, but I just didn't get what I wanted from Illya, what I think they wanted me to get from Illya. Some of you guys probably hate me. I think a couple of my friends will not like that decision, but that's where I got to go. Still a lot of girls left, and I am running out of voice energy, so I'm going to do my best to go a little bit faster here. Irene is the witch from A Link Between Worlds. She gives you a bell to fly around the world. She does not have much character, but I do appreciate her candor. Goes to not as good. Iza, the lady who operates the minigame in Twilight Princess, the river minigame. She's got amazing hair, but she does not provide anything. If I put Illya not as good, I cannot put her higher than that. We have Jolene and Joanne, who they're sisters. Jolene is a pirate who is the enemy of Linebeck, and Joanne is her mermaid sister. Jolene is great. Jolene will snap Linebeck's head off for $5, and that's all you need to know. Joanne gets nothing. She doesn't get much. Like, I'm gonna put her. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep her in bad. Nothing. And I'm gonna combine tiers. So there you go. Karain is a character from Skyward Sword. She's one of the students at the academy. She has a brief mini storyline with Pippet and short guy. Can't remember his name. Sorry. He or she, Karain, she kind of can be a jerk if you choose the one option. She kind of like just kind of does what she wants. I'm gonna put her not as good because I also appreciate them introducing her as a character. Linkle. I think some people might think I would lean one way because they know how much I love Link and how much I think that Link is hot. But you know what? My friends of the world, I understand. Linkle is hot too. She's got a compass. She's got double freaking crossbow. She's powerful and she's cool and she dances around. And unlike Lana, I think she was a good original character for Hyrule Warriors, and I could see Linkle returning in a mainstream title as well, either as a replacement for Link or as her own character, or as you know, choose Link or Linkle. I think she's a cool character. I'm gonna put her into great. Lulu. She has a very emotional story in Majora's Mask. She mourns the loss of her fellow Zora. God, man, my Zelda brain's not working today. I should probably do another Zora list. She goes in good. The Maku tree is not as good. this tree marries you, you do marry, or like you get like engaged to this tree. Maybe that should go in good. Yeah. Here's Malin. Malin is, of course, a fan favorite. She is the ranch girl from Ocarina of Time, the original. Like, in the world where I put Crevier in not as good, Malin goes in great. She's the farm girl that people, a generation fell in love with. She's a good old farm girl whose dad's forgetful and sleepy. Malin is an all-star for taking good care of the ranch, and she deserves our respect. Marin. I know some of my friends. I know some of the people who love Link's Awakening. Easy, right? I disagree. I think she's great. I do not think she holds up to here. Link's Awakening is a small game. She does not get as much time as she could, but her story arc is wonderful about her, how she kind of like knows before everybody else that they're in a dream. And I don't know. It's sad to see her go, but she's a bird. MC, that's me. Everybody, this is me. MC is magical. No, this is the Minish Cap, TMC. In which she actually has a lot of character. The Minish Cap Zelda has some good character in the early game. She's kind of like darting around the festival, and she unfortunately she does get to turn to stone later in the story. It doesn't really get to do much. She gets to go in good because she is good, but unfortunately she doesn't really get any time to do anything because she turns into a rock. Here's Medli. Medli is a Rito girl who wants to help Prince Komali. Her mentor died before the events of the Wind Waker, and Medli tries her hardest. I have no reservations about putting Medli into absolutely magical. People the world over know how amazing of a character and how kind she is. And she's a bird lady! Midna, everybody instantly says absolutely magical, and you know my opinion on Midna. I think she's overrated. But I do not think she goes below this tier. I think she stays right where she is. I think she is overrated at times. People say that she's like the second coming of Din. Sorry, I had to make a Zelda stupid joke. You know, people talk about Midna like she is like the best character that's ever been invented in the history of characters, period. Best character in Legend of Zelda, period. I don't think she's bad. I think she's amazing, and she's going to stay right where she is. But I don't know. I thought she was a good assistant character, and she had a good arc, and leaving her behind was very sad. And I think that she deserves our respect for that reason. And she's going to be up there in that top tier. Minigame lady, same reason. Next up is Mipha. Mipha is a There, you happy? I'd be fine leaving minigame lady up there. Mipha. Mipha's grace is now raised Reedy. Now Mipha loves Link. She has fallen in love with the boy hero and has seen him grown into a man through her years. She has seen her brother Prince Sidon and grow into a healthy young Zora. And Mipha wants to protect her people. She wants to protect Hyrule. She's not confident in who she is or her powers at times, but she is amazing. Her healing powers are bar none. And I really like Mipha. I think that she... And I probably haven't helped her in the past. I do think she's the weakest of the 4 champions. But that's only because Daruk, Revali, and Urbosa are so powerful. I think Mipha's the weakest of the 4, but I still think she's great. And I think being in the same tier as Marin and Hyrule Warrior Zempa is quite the honor. Nibiru. Nibiru is a sage from Ocarina of Time, and she defies Ganondorf. Ganondorf may be the king of the Gerudo, but he is not the king of her. She wants to find the Silver Gauntlet. She wants to put an end to Ganondorf. She gets transformed into an Iron Knuckle and has to be battled. Nibiru, I don't care what anybody says. You're absolutely magical. One of my favorite characters in the entire game of Ocarina of Time. Navi is good. Sorry. You wanted more than that, you're not gonna get it out of me. I don't have any attachment to Navi. I think she's good. I think she's a good assistant, but I don't think she's worthy of great or magical tier. Neri, is this like the character from, hold on, I gotta look this one up. Neri Zelda. She's from Hyrule Warriors. Phantom Hourglass. Spirit of Wisdom. Oh. All right, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, Zelda. She participates in the story, but not very much. Usually only in the linked game. She's very cute. Look how cute she is. She's very good design. Not as good though as the rest of the cast. Ocarina of Time Zelda. I got a video on this channel about how this Zelda kind of screwed up everything for Hyrule, but I also appreciate her as a character, as a young Zelda. She is bold and rebellious against her father, the king. And unlike, Breath of the Wild Zelda, who has to idly go, yes, father, she just doesn't care. She freaking opens up the door to the Sacred Realm and grabs the Triforce herself and kind of gives it to Ganondorf. But she does admit to her wrongdoings, and I think that Ocarina of Time Zelda is what made people fall into love with Zelda for the first time, and she goes into great for that reason. Oriel. Is she the mom who you need to vacuum for in Skyward Sword? Skyward Sword. No, she goes to an island. Well, I don't know. Paya. People love Paya so much. People saw this beautiful young Sheikah and determined that she was the second coming of Nehru. I'm sorry for saying that twice in one video. People love Paya. People love Paya so much. And I understand the appeal. She is kind of cool. She has a little crush on Link. She writes about it in her journal. She's shy, you know. I know that hits some of the gamer boys where it hurts. For me, Paya is a good character, and I like that she helps out Impa. I put her into good, not above there though. Beatrice, however, she also eventually starts crushing on Link after you treat her nice. She's the item shop girl, or the item storage girl. She can, store your items away for you, and she has a wonderful storyline where you slowly get her to fall in love with you, and then you kind of like break her heart. It's kind of awful when I say it like that, but she is a good character because her entire development is through a storyline where she like changes, and like both from going from what do you want to, hey, I can't believe you're here and you love me. and I love her. I love her for that. Beatrice has got some good character. Pinkle. The Queen of Fairies is the Great Fairy 2. Same story. The Receptionist. I have no discussion. Riju. Oh. The new Gerudo chief in Breath of the Wild after the fall of Urbosa. Now, she may be young in years, but she does serve as a proactive leader for the Gerudo. She is worried about her people accepting her as leader because of her age, and she struggles with that. But I appreciate Riju. I appreciate her very much. I'm going to put her in good. She didn't get any real big character development in the DLC, which I would have hoped for. Perhaps in the sequel to Breath of the Wild, Riju will get more airtime, and I think she has every right to be able to skyrocket up the rankings with some more time. Rosa the Subrosian from the Oracle games. You go on a date with her, she gives you a key, or her necklace is a key. She's good. What can you say? The Rosa sisters, unrelated to Rosa, they dance, and they teach you a dance, but no, you dance for them, and they give you a piece of heart. You do the Camaro dance for them. Not really much to talk about. Rudo, the sage from Ocarina of Time. Obviously Link's fiance for a while there, and she's powerful, but nothing to write home about, I have to admit. I mean, comparatively to Nibiru, her character arc is kind of a little bit boring. She is a little sassy. You find her in Jabu's belly, and she's like, "You will carry me," and Link's like, and she's like, "No, you will carry me. Pick me up." And I don't know, I think that's a little powerful. I like Gerudo for that reason. I'm gonna put her into good. I think she's good. Saria. People love Saria. People are like Link's best friend. She doesn't really get a lot of development beyond the "you are my friend." You know, that's all she kind of gets. I mean, obviously she has the moment of, you know, are you gonna come back? The bridge scene is famous, and what she says when she awakens as a sage. And I'm gonna put her into good, but I honestly, you know, I have Cartoon and Celia up here. She's going great. I think she goes great. Skyward Sword Zelda. The Zelda of Zeldas, man. She is the origin. She is the reason it's the Legend of Zelda. It's her. She is the goddess incarnate. She is powerful. She has a character arc. She has development. She has to learn her place as a goddess, and she has to do her part to defeat Demise, and that includes sealing herself away for an indiscriminate amount of time. Indiscriminate? Unspecified. Absolutely magical. What do we have next? Spirit Track Zelda. Wowie. Holy smokes. She is amazing. Powerful. She's like scared of rats. She has a character flaw, but at the same time, she also embodies the spirit of like these horrible phantoms, and just kind of like goes around and like doesn't realize how powerful she is and just clobbers everybody. And she is the Zelda. She's the Zelda from the. She's the only Zelda from a mainline game that I feel like really felt like part of the journey the entire way. The rest of the Zeldas kind of feel like they have story moments throughout, but she was with you. Tattle, unlike Navi, has a character arc and has a purpose. Wants to reunite with Tail for that. Telma might be the most powerful character of any character in the entire Legend of Zelda series. I'm talking about the goddesses too. Telma owns the bar. Telma doesn't care who you are. If you come into her bar and you disrespect her, she will personally pick you up with her pinky finger and yeet you to Gerudo Desert. I don't know why they didn't make her the main character of the game. She could have been defeated again twice as fast as Link, if not faster. She's gonna go up here at the top with these three right here. These three right here. Tetra. Oh, You made them two separate characters because it kind of feels like that, but it's not. So we gotta kind of consider. I'm going to not rate this Zelda. Actually, I will. No, I'm going to rate her as Tetra because she's Tetra and she becomes Zelda through her moments, and she's great. Unfortunately, because of, I'll do this. I'll put them side by side. Because when she does turn into Zelda, they kind of like destroy her character completely and just make her kind of standard princess fare. It kind of ruins all the amazing stuff that Tetra did as a character. But I don't think it discredits her to the point of it not being her anymore. But it kind of feels like that. Twilight Princess Zelda is very powerful. Very, very nice character. She sacrifices herself and her Triforce of Wisdom to help Midna defeat the evil. I have to admit, though, she doesn't have a lot of points in the story where she gets to do much, because for the most part, after the Midna's Desperate Hour, she's not in the story until the end. But she does get on the horse with Link and do some action. I'm going to put her into good. I wish she had more stuff. She could be up here with Skyward Sword Zelda and Breath of the Wild Zelda if she was given more in the story, I think. Twin Rova. Koma and Kotake are the surrogate mothers of Ganondorf. And I think as a villain, I don't know, cool concept. Could have been executed better. Oh, good. Urbosa. Varen. Varen is the antagonist of Oracle of Ages, and she has possession powers. She takes possession of Nehru and Queen Ambi, and I think she's a fantastic villain. As far as, you know what, no, I can't put her up there. Not with the queens up here, princess tier. Anyways, Zelda 1 and Zelda 2. Zelda has almost no character, but I appreciate what she's done for the beginning of the series. Zelda's Adventure Zelda. She whacks people with her wand, learns spells. Good. She actually doesn't have much character. No, it's good. Sue Bell. She carries a pot on her head on Outset Island. Doesn't really do much more than that. She goes here. Queen Rutella does not have a lot of character, but what she does have is she is the queen of the Zoras in Twilight Princess, but unfortunately she died. She doesn't really get much airtime, but what we do see of her is amazing, and I'd like to see more Queen Rutella content, please. Thank you. Finally is Agatha. Some people really like the Bug Queen. Some people love the Bug Queen so much. I know, she's kind of quirky. I didn't enjoy playing as her in Hyrule Warriors character aside. I just don't like her moves and stuff. I'll put her into good. Yeah, no, this tier also good. I'm happy with this. In our bottom tier, we have Pinkle. But above that, we have Four Swords Zelda, Joanne, Ferrare, Neri, Oriel, and the Receptionist. In the absolutely magical top tier, we have Urbosa. We have Spirit Track Zelda, Nibiru, Midna, Medley, Hilda, Fi, Breath of the Wild Zelda, Urbosa, Telma, Skyward Sword Zelda, and Skyward Sword Impa. I think this tier list is probably extremely accurate. I feel like there's nobody who could debate this with me. But if they could, they would let me know in the YouTube comments, and they would all suggest any other tier list they might want me to do. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, hit the bell. You know all the good stuff. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Leave a comment. I will respond. Goodbye, friends.